everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today is a very exciting video. Today, I get to do a collab with the amazing, stunning, beautiful, talented Sofia Sees Beauty. Hopefully a picture pops up somewhere. Sofia and I met here on the social platforms of YouTube and Instagram. One of my subscribers reached out to me and said, hey, you know, I watch you and I watch this other person. That's the only two people I watch. And I was like, oh, that's, you know, so sweet. Who's this other person? She loves the same stuff you do. And I was like, oh, okay. Like what stuff? She's like luxury beauty and she likes luxury fashion and she lives in Boston. And I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. And the reason I say that, I was born here in the Boston area. I grew up here. I absolutely love Boston. I purposely moved back after being gone for a long time. But Boston is not exactly the epicenter of fashion and beauty. Anyone who's grown up here knows I'm not dissing Boston. I'm not saying anything bad about Boston. I love the fact that nobody judges you here on what you wear, what you look like. It's just not a thing. They judge you on like who you are as a person, which I greatly appreciate. But sometimes, you know, I feel like I have a love for fashion, luxury fashion, and bags and clothes and jewelry and beauty, and I don't really have anyone here really in Boston to share that with, and it's not really like a fashion capital, so there's not a lot of, you know, events or anything in that vein. It's changing a little bit, but not a lot. And frankly, our weather is so bad. You don't want to wear, you don't really wear beautiful, expensive clothes when it's, you know, snowing and wet and all those things. So somebody was like, oh, you know, just when I heard that, I was like, well, I have to find out who this person was. So I went to Sofia's page. I contacted her immediately. I think I DM'd her and was like, hi, I hear that you also love luxury. And I checked out her pages, and of course, she's amazing. If you're coming over from her YouTube channel, hi, love to have you here. But she is just a joy to watch. She is so effervescent, and she's so comprehensive in her reviews. She really goes into detail about the products that she's using and why she likes them or why she doesn't, how you can use them if you want to use them differently, different ways. She really does an amazing job, and her Instagram is a lot of fun to flip through, and her videos are just fantastic. And so we started chatting, and I was like, hey, we should do a collab sometime. There's not too many people from Boston who are doing luxury beauty. Let's get together and do something. We talked for a little bit, and I think Sofia was the one who came up with the idea of what we're going to do today. Today's going to be the top 5 holiday released must-haves. These are the products that we're like, yeah, you have to get these. So I'm going to guess she's going to have a different list than I am, although you never know. I mean, you do seem to like a lot of the same things. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have all the products on my face already today, but I do have video of me putting them on so you can see. And I've used all these products on my channel before, so you will have seen me, hopefully. If you're coming over from Sofia's channel and you haven't watched me before, go back and watch some of the other videos. You probably have seen me do application with all of these, but let's walk through them. And I have to tell you, choosing 5 was not easy. There was actually a lot I liked from holiday, and there were some things that were like pre-holiday and they were kind of iffy holiday, you know, so I was like, okay, I just chose holiday. Like I tried to be relatively strict with myself. Okay, so first product is the blush that I have on. The blush that I have on, and you can see it on my face now, and then I'll have a video go up, is gorgeous, stunning, perfect formula, and works for a whole host of people. How do I know this? I've tried it on people. I started to try it actually on my husband, who has much deeper skin tone than me, and he was like, I don't want to wear blush. I'm like, just give me a second. So this is the Dior Holiday Blush. It is an 826. This shade is gorgeous. It is a rosewood shade that honestly I have not seen in any of my other blush palettes or just blushes. It has a gorgeous rose tone, but it also has a little bit of plum and a little bit of brown that grounds it. You can deepen this up really easily, and there's a little bit of luminescence in this one. It's not a flat, it's like a satin blush, but you see how deep that can get? So there's going to be a whole host of people that can use this shade, which I love because, you know, there's a lot of blushes that I really love, but frankly, they work really well on me because I'm so pale, but on a deeper skin tone, you just can't see them. This works. And the way that I do it, and you saw in my video that went up, you know, I take a brush and like really diffuse it out and up. So I kind of go around here with it. That's also called like blush draping almost, instead of, you know, a contour product. You kind of use the blush that way. And it's just such a gorgeous tone that it's almost neutral because it's not too cool. It's not too warm. It just creates a beautiful flush, a beautiful blushing shade. It looks like you were out in the cold, just a little, you know, too long and you're coming back in for hot cocoa. That's what it reminds me of. And I just absolutely love the sheen. I love the color. I love the intensity. And the Dior blushes, I actually did a video on all the Dior blushes that I had and the shades. It is a little tricky to tell what the shades are online. I absolutely agree with you. But I think this one, for anybody who's looking for like a berry rose tone, I'm trying to think the best way to explain the color, but it's just like that fresh flush that you would get from the cold. It really is a stunning shade and it's unique. And I think the formulas in the Dior blushes are some of the best on the market. They last, they don't disappear, they don't settle into lines, they don't, you know, rough up texture. Dior blushes in my book are like one of the top 5 on the market. It's just a little bit difficult to figure out what shade you are if you look online. So for me, this is a must-have. The other shade that came out is also a must-have, but that's a peach shade, and it's not as unique as this one. Okay, next on my face. This is the Clé de Peau Holiday Luminizers. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that I would buy this and say it's a must-have just on the packaging alone. I know how that sounds. I really do. But for a holiday season that really kind of let me down in terms of packaging and special things, this kind of made up for it. I mean, it didn't completely make up for it, but it tried. The packaging that Clé de Peau did for the holiday collection, it really is stunning. It's based on, you know, the various signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, that kind of thing. And it's just got beautiful artwork on all of the compacts. And then the product that's inside, now this is the Luminizer 104. This is the one that I believe is exclusive to the Clé de Peau site. This is a pinkier, peachier kind of shade. It's still, you know, a highlight. But it has a sheen and shimmer to it that most products would kill for. Luminizers that Clé de Peau makes are just always stunning, but this one has a really nice peachy tone. I think you can see that. And the other one, the 105, I've used in other videos, and I love that one too. But for the purposes of the color story that I was doing today, it's a warmer color story. This peach highlight, it's just so beautiful. It really is. And it works on, I mean, it's a highlight. So on me, it kind of blends a little bit more into the skin because it's a little bit more, you know, it's a little closer to my skin tone. But I'd say that a lot of people can use this because of the intensity of the highlight, but it's not piecey. It's not glittery. It's great for more mature skin, but you can use it if you're, you know, 20. It's just a beautiful formula that looks like wet gleam on your skin. It's just amazing. I will say that the Clé de Peau products are not inexpensive. Neither are the Dior, but of course we are talking about luxury beauty today. So I think, you know, those are both must-haves for my list. Okay, next I'm going to do the eye look last because the eye look is probably going to be the most controversial, if you will. So next is the lipstick. Now, this is the Guerlain. This is the Rouge G Holiday lipstick case. It has the gold little stars on it. Now, I know a lot of people were a little disappointed with this year's case because it doesn't have Swarovski crystals. It doesn't have an intricate design. But I'll have to tell you guys, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the Boston, I like things simple. But I actually really love the elegance and simplicity of this case. I think it's just a beautiful, really elegant piece. And I really, really like it. more importantly, the shade that I bought that goes with it, which is this shade here, which is what I have on my lips. And hopefully, again, video is going up. The shade, I just want to make sure I have the right shade, and I'm going to look it up really quickly, is Nude Alchemy. It's in 08. And if you look, there are little stars on the bullet itself of the lipstick. Now, Guerlain has other shades that came out for holiday, but this is the nude one that works well for me. It looks great on. I think these, if you have not used these lipsticks before, they are incredibly comfortable, very nourishing. They have, this is the satin. They have a satin, a velvet, and a velvet metal that come in the Rouge G. Satins are my favorite because they're the most comfortable for my lips. I have very dry lips. And they don't bleed. You know, like I think a lot of there's some lipsticks that are very creamy and they feel great, but they start to bleed on the outside of your lips after a while, which isn't great. These do not do that. They're creamy and they feel really good, but they last like a satin lipstick. They don't settle into the lines. And this color, I just think, is the really, really good everyday nude, but still looks a little bit like more sophisticated than an everyday color. And then, of course, the case on top of it just amps that up. Now, you can get these engraved. I have mine engraved with All Feisty on the mirror there, which I think is a nice little touch. It's a great gift to get for somebody. If you're not sure what lipstick shade to get for them, you know, you can always get something like the Nude Alchemy, which is more of like a pinky brown that works for a lot of folks, or like something like a rosewood, or frankly, you know, not that it doesn't matter the shade, but they're gonna love the case so much that they could buy a lipstick to go in it if they don't particularly love the lipstick that you got. But if you get it engraved with their name, it's just I think it's a great gift for that beauty lover in your life. If somebody bought me one of these and the lipstick color wasn't my favorite, I could just go out and buy a refill and put it in the case. I would still be absolutely thrilled. So I really think of this as a must-have. I really like this case. And again, I know there's been some people who are like, well, it's not as interesting as the others, but I think this is truly elegant. And I think it's something that you could give to anyone, and anyone who loves beauty and wears lipstick, who, you know, likes a simple, elegant statement. And I really think this is it. So I would include it on the must-haves. Now, this one is going to be the one that everyone's going to be like, what? The last one, I think I'm going to get some people who disagree with me, but that's okay. But this one, people are going to be like, I did not see this coming. This is the Givenchy loose powder in the puffer coat packaging. And I know I went on and on about this puffer coat packaging and how I didn't like it. And honestly, I don't. I don't particularly love this puffer coat packaging. But here's the thing. It's strangely grown on me now. Like now I'm just kind of like, oh, well, it's different. Like I don't have anything else like it. I have looked through my collection when I was putting this video together. I was like, okay, I have to find things that I really believe are must-haves. So let me look. I have nothing that looks like this in my collection. I have a lot of gold. I have a lot of things with like encrusted things on it. I have weaving patterns. I have the Chantecaille, you know, luminescent highlighter with the pearls on it, which is stunning, by the way. But I have nothing that looks like this. So I said to myself, you know, Jennifer, you're always talking about uniqueness and creativity and people having something that's, you know, sets them apart or sets the product apart. This does that, and you're knocking it. And I was like, I have to stop that. So you know what? I take it back. No, it's not my favorite packaging, but it's unique, it's special, and actually it's kind of cool. Like when you feel it, it's like, oh my goodness, that's actually like a puffer coat. So I was wrong. And more importantly, the powder in here is excellent. Hopefully again, a video is going of me putting it on. There are 4 shades in here, and I don't have the names of the shades. I don't think they gave the names of the shades, but they basically say loose powder 4 in harmony. And what this powder does is it really does lighten up this area in a way that the only powders that I've seen come close to it are the Pink Bubble from Western Atelier, and then I think it's called Natural. It's the first shade. It's not the translucent. And those do that for me. They absolutely do. The lavender powders that I have from Dior, Givenchy from last year, Sparkling Lilac, and maybe the Suku powder that's going to come out. We'll see. I don't have it yet, if that works. Lavender powder does lighten your face, absolutely, and I use the lavender powder in here, and I can use it all over the face to lighten. But this, because of the combination of the lavender and the peach pink, it does something a little bit special, and I can't exactly tell you what it is, but it does make my face look more youthful. Now, I'm not saying that everyone wants to look more youthful. I'm saying I like to look more youthful. And there's something about the way it lights it here that brings a glow to my face, a healthiness to my face, a kind of like spotlight here that I think looks really, really good. And when I first used this powder, I was like, it's good. Then I used it again, I was like, okay. And then I kept going back to it. And I was like, why do I keep going back to it? And it was because every time I used it, I got compliments. Or every time I used it, somebody on a Zoom call would be like, you look so healthy today. It's like, thank you. Yeah, it's this powder. When this goes up, it should be I'm not absolutely sure about this because I forgot the dates right now because I'll be traveling when this video goes up. But I think the Sephora sale is still going on. If this is still there at the Sephora sale, I would strongly encourage you picking it up. It is limited edition. It is a great combination of powders. It's finely milled. The Givenchy powders are always beautiful. I don't love the fact that you just dump it into the cap, but I'll tell you, for this, I'll do it. For this, it's worth it. It's a must-have. Last but not least, so I was trying to like round this out a little bit with an eyeshadow because you know, I had done a blush and a highlighter and powder and lip, and there's other things I could have done obviously, but I was like, well, I'd love to do something with eyeshadow. And there were a couple of palettes that came out that I thought of, okay, the Dior is really beautiful. Actually, the two Diors and the palette, I really like all of them. I think they look really beautiful on the eye, and I would buy them. The Bobbi Brown that came out, it wasn't technically holiday, so I was like, I'm gonna have to take that one out. Although I do really like that. The Tom Ford Violet and the Khaki, they weren't holiday. The holiday were the white ones, and I don't particularly like those. So I was going back and forth, and I really was like, okay, well, what did you like? What did I really like the look of? What did I really enjoy? Or what did I get a lot of compliments on? Or when I wear it, what products do I go, oh wow, if I, Jennifer, was just buying that, didn't have a channel, anything else, what would I think was a must-have? And honestly, it's the Chanel Ombre de Lune eyeshadow quad. This is it. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things that are caveats about this must-have. This is a must-have if you like a warm color story, and you have to like a really warm color story. This is not copper. This is not like a warm brown. This is like the color of my sweater, pumpkin-y gold, and that's what you get. Now, I didn't use every shade on my eye today. I actually used 3 of the shades on my eye today. I didn't use them all. I'll tell you, no matter how you use this palette, you're gonna get a very orangey gold look. That is this palette. Now, for me, because of my coloring, because of my blue eyes, because of my red hair, I love the way this looks. I think this makes my eyes look very, very blue. I love the way it sort of meshes with my hair and my coloring, and I really enjoy this palette. When I wear this, everyone's always like, what is on your eyes? I just love it. Again, I think it's because of my coloring, and I think it looks really flattering. So it's absolutely a must-have if you're somebody who likes a warm color story, especially if you're like someone like me who likes like a pumpkin, a warm gold, a very bronzy gold brown. If you like that, this is a must-have. The formula is excellent, actually. It's one of the better Chanel formulas. It's pigmented. It goes on beautifully. It has like a beautiful sheen to it. The gold shade that I have on top is very much like shimmery. It has like a little bit of granularity. When you put it on the eye, though, it blends right in, but it does give you that, light bounces off of it, so it looks really great when you're, on a Zoom call, because people are like, wow, your eyes just look flashing. So yeah, it's stunning. And I did cheat a little, sorry, Sophia, but if you really hate warm color stories and you're just like, Jen, I cannot wear orange. This is the Chanel, this is the Claire de Lune, has the same name, de Lune, nail polish. Now I'm not wearing it right now because I literally just took my nail polish off, but I had it on for like all my videos. If you go back and watch the ones over the last couple of weeks, this is an olive, a shimmery olive green. It's the most stunning color of nail polish. I bought 2 bottles of it. I feel like I should buy more because I loved it so much. I really don't see that shade pop up, and I've been buying Chanel nail polishes for 30 years. I don't even think there's been like one other one that was actually similar. It was a long time ago and I can't remember the name of it right now. But I did have one and it went bad and I had to get rid of it. I absolutely love the Clair de Lune nail polish. And so it is a must-have, period. You should buy it. I'm serious. If you love green and you love like a grungy, like a olivey, like shimmery green, you must have it. It's really that beautiful. But the Ombre de Lune eyeshadow is also a must-have if you love like a warm eyeshadow. So I know it's a little cheating. I know I said 5 and I apologize. But between those two, I was just like, I have to mention them both because I really do feel like they're must-haves and they're part of the same collection. So it's kind of okay. Maybe. So I'd love to hear what your top 5 luxury release must-haves are. I can't wait to check out Sofia's video. We did not compare notes before the videos were recorded, so I have no idea what's on her top 5 list. So I can't wait to go out and check out her video. If you've come over from Sofia's channel and you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you'd consider subscribing to my channel. Talk about luxury beauty, fashion, jewelry, all that stuff. The more I get to know Sofia, the more I think that we have a lot in common and definitely have very similar taste. I wouldn't be at all surprised if at some point we end up wearing the same outfit in a video and just don't even know it. But yes, it's been a pleasure getting to know her. I hope that we get to work together again in the future. And again, if you come over from her channel, if you have any questions for me, or if you have any questions about my top 5 and any questions about particular products, certainly let me know. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.